What's good, YouTube, and welcome back. Today is gonna be a rant video, a pretty bad one. I'm gonna go over things that just are plaguing this game, and it's unfortunate because I want to start off by saying that I do enjoy playing the gameplay of this game. It is enjoyable to play. I love playing the Storm class, it's fun, the moves are enjoyable, so there are aspects of this game that are really fun to play. So I'm putting that aside and saying, yes, there are parts of this game that are good. Having said that, you know, I watch a lot of other YouTubers doing videos on this, at least some of them, you know, with nothing but praise for this game. And I'm not really much of a blind loyalty person. Like, I do enjoy the game, but I'm gonna call it out if I see a lot of issues, especially with, you know, what's going on in this game. It's just too bad because I do like it. There is aspects, and it can be great. But, so this has happened to me twice. I know for a fact, and one of them was a full hard reset where it did shut down my PlayStation, and I had to reboot it. But everything was good. But what I'm hearing is that this problem is a lot bigger than I thought. You know, I didn't think much of it. I thought it was a bug and, you know, just crashed my game and then it'd be the end of it. But apparently this has been happening on PS4 users, which is what I'm playing on, that there are glitches that will reboot your game, hard shut your system off, and then this is a rare chance, but it has been reported that it will brick your system, basically breaking it. And the person that I read it from was pretty nice about it, was saying, hey, I just want people to be aware about it. If it happened to me, let me tell you, I'd be pissed off. I'm not gonna just sit back and let my $400 PS4 Pro break because a game released with bugs in it that shouldn't have. And then the fact that they're just like saying, we're gonna look into it, we don't know how long it's gonna take, we don't know when it's gonna be fixed, but we're looking into it. That's not acceptable. Okay, flat out, if this is happening, if there's even a slight possibility of this game currently breaking your system, they should be putting out a statement saying, do not play this game. Do not play this game. We will do better. We will fix the game, and we will compensate, you know, any issues. We're going to be generous. We understand we put out a game that has issues. And I understand there are games that do come out with issues, which is fine. But it should not be this plagued. I mean, there's just so many. You can see just in this gameplay alone where I'll be shooting guys and the gun will go off and then it'll just keep going off after I pull the trigger, or I'll be shooting guys and it won't do any damage, just point blank range, or the gun will speed up, the gun will slow down, the effects won't work, I'll be holding the trigger and nothing will be charging. Some of the guns don't do what they're supposed to do, some of the effects don't do what they're supposed to do. It's beyond frustrating that this is happening, and the fact that there is zero endgame. They said before this game came out there was going to be a robust endgame, and that you'd have plenty to do, and that could not be further from the truth. There is nothing to do. The only thing you're going to do is get masterwork items, which is what I'm doing here, or legendary items. That's all you're going to do. There's 2 strongholds, technically 3. They're calling one a stronghold, but technically it's the last mission of the game, and they're just calling it a stronghold. So I'm not calling that. I'm not going to say, yeah, that's a stronghold of the game. No, that's crap. It's just an extended mission that nobody likes to do because it's a pain in the butt, and there's too many bugs in the game, so if you get into the game and get backed out, you have to start over and get nothing. So it's just not worth it. So technically there's 2 strongholds that you can do over and over and over again until you get items, and you tend to get a lot of masterworks that are the same items. And it's just, it gets bogged down so fast. And this is where they're BioWare is saying, well, we're gonna run this game for, 10 years. They want 10 years out of it. You'd be lucky with the current problems with this game if they don't fix this immediately. I'm not talking half a month, 2 weeks, next month. I'm talking right now. Like, within days. If they do not fix these problems, they will do irreparable damage that players will not come back. Take Destiny 2, for example. What happened with Destiny 2? They released the game in a crappy state. They had no end game. Everybody was finishing the game, in no time at all, and then there was nothing to do. And then they put the game down, and they never picked it up again. Or the diehard fans kept playing through to where the final expansion came out and made the game somewhat playable, but the damage was done. It was already too late. The game was dead, and they weren't getting players back. And the diehard, time and time again, the diehard fan base of these games is not enough to keep the game running. Especially with this game, let alone they want like 10 years out of it. It's not going to happen. If they don't put a crap load of more content in this game, they won't get, I doubt they'll even get 2 years out of this game. Which is too bad, because again, I say there are enjoyable things to this game. In my opinion, there are aspects in this game that is far better than Destiny 2. It doesn't have a PvP, but I think PvP in this game would ruin the game. I don't want balanced javelins because everyone has a different role to play. So if you balance them out, it would just ruin it. So there's no point to PvP. So if you like PvP, this isn't the game for you. Or maybe you just like PvE, or you do like PvP, but PvE is enough for you. And like I said, the gameplay aspects is enough to satisfy you. Because, like I said, there are enjoyable parts, but I think in the current state, with the bugs that are just plaguing this game to an unbelievable amount, it's going to it's going to push fans off. And, like myself, if the game shut down my system and broke my system, I would have no problem doing a live video and lighting the game on fire, saying, do not play this game, do not buy this game, do not invest a penny in this game, it broke my system and it's lights out, and BioWare can just crumble. And it's too bad to say, but like, if we're giving our money to you, $60, for the game, and you're releasing the game, and it has this many issues. Granted, so this game took 6 years to make. What in the hell were they doing for 6 years? And this is the problem. This is why these games monetize the crap out of these games, because it takes so long to make the game. So they try to make their money back because they invested 6 years of time and 6 years of employee pay to make the game, and now they want all the money. They've lost all the money, and so now they're trying to make it back instead of putting everything that you've got into one project until it's finished. So a game cycle can be, 2 years instead of 6 years. Then guess what? You've only invested 2 years of employees' time versus 6 years. So you don't have to monetize the crap out of it to make your money back. And granted, there really isn't much, in-game purchases here. It's abysmal, and it's actually, the store itself is terrible. Which brings me to my next issue, is that literally there is no point to have shops in Fort Tarsus. 0 point. They all sell the same exact thing at the same exact prices, no matter what. And it's pitiful. There's nothing to buy. There's like there's 2 main items and like 4 like little cosmetic thingies that are just, they don't do anything. So what is the point of having a shop system in Fort Tarsus when it really does nothing? You literally have a shop directly across from each other in Fort Tarsus that sells the same exact thing. Literally, you could turn around, walk 2 steps, and hit another shop that sells the same damn thing. No difference. There's just so many things that don't make sense in this game, and I don't understand why they said, okay, well, we're gonna put this out in the state. And I'm a person where it's like, if you have a release date and you come out and you say this is when we're releasing, then I expect you to release the game on that date, because now you've made a promise to people saying, hey, the game's coming out and this is when you can expect it. And especially if you want those pre-orders, you should hold firm. I can't tell you how many times I've pre-ordered a game and they've pushed the game back. And it's like, oh great, yeah, so why did I run out and go pre-order the game? Now I don't even know when it's coming out. So if you expect people to turn around and spend their hard-earned money on this game, or games in general, you need to put the time in, make sure it's functioning right, and make your deadlines. And for whatever reason, BioWare said, good enough, we're just going to put it out, even with it rampant with bugs. I mean, you can just see in this that I'm bouncing, glitching through the stage, or I'll try and warp out somewhere and it won't end up warping me, or warp me into a wall. It's just, I cannot believe, just like there, I got warped into a wall. And it's just so frustrating, because I don't understand how they could release a product for $60 and have this many issues, and then basically tell the community, we're working on it, bear with us, and we're having regular updates. It's like, no, I don't care about your updates. I don't care what you're pushing out. None of it matters if you're having bugs that shut off the system. If you get backed out of the game, that should be your priority. No more getting backed out. No more, glitching out of the game, backing you out to Fort Tarsis, or even worse, shutting off your system. Those are what you have to focus on. And secondly, the damn load times. The load times are ridiculous in this game. Pointless. It's non-stop loading over and over and over again. And it's not like 30 seconds. I mean, some of the load times are minutes that you're sitting there watching the screen. It's just pathetic. I mean, I get in some areas there's a lot to load, especially like the world map. It's huge, but it's just well, here we are loading. And the reason why I kept this footage is because I ended up getting a legendary and a masterwork in the same time. I didn't have the legendary, but I already had 4 of the same masterworks. But that's it. That's really all you're doing. You're at 30, and you can get to 30 within, a short amount of time. You're beating the game in 2 days, from start to finish with the story. 2 days, and they're not even full days. The game speed. It's too bad. So I don't know. BioWare, if this gets across somehow, fix the glitches, fix the crashes. Those are priority. Nothing else matters until that's fixed. But anyways, that's the video. Until next time, peace.